What if... I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, how I wasn't getting hit in the head before when I was... like, oh my gosh, how are we running into, like, back-to-back ground leads? It's really unfortunate. Wait, hold on, we win this. Wait, hold on. That's actually really good for me, too. What the heck? It's still pretty bad. Let's do this. I'm just gonna farm a lot because I know the youth is gonna have to come in eventually. Oh wow, this thing's running Poltergeist. What the heck? This is pretty bad still. I don't know if they shield this. So the what do you call it? Definitely left with energy. That's real bad. The problem is I don't know if I could win this. It's a hard game. No, we didn't throw on Tragic Party. I was hoping we did. That's really hard. Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, this actually might be okay. Wait, hold on. I think they gave me the wink on here, because now I could just legitimately just Thundershock down. And then... oh my gosh, this is so much damage. Oh, we get it! We get it! Wait. There's no way we won this. Oh my gosh. I think this should be enough. If not, hopefully in Fury Cutter range, but I have very little health. Oh, it's perfect in Fury Cutter range, actually. Oh, they had to go for the Thundershock down because otherwise I Fury Cutted them down, so makes sense. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and happy Global Go Fest weekend. I just went on a lot of grinding myself, and so hopefully I'll be able to have those crown forms for Master League. However, today we're going to be talking about Great League. And I know if you've seen, some of my shorts here on YouTube, how I transfer my Bastiodon, my Pokemon, my XL Bastion rank 1. That is true. I did do that. But Peng doesn't do anything without a backup plan, and I happen to just have another rank 1 Bastiodon in my stores. It was a Shieldon that I evolved and recently made. I still had to spend over 500,000 Stardust and all that stuff, so it's not like I didn't actually transfer Bastion. The one I did transfer is the one I've been using for all these official tournaments, grassroots tournaments, all my GBLs for the past 4 years. Starting fresh though with a new Bastion, and I want to give it a shot and go Battle League, and I think it is actually still pretty busted in the right situations. Now the Smackdown nerf definitely hurt it, and you can feel it in some of these matchups. However, a Bastion's still a Bastion. You're not going to beat it with a Talonflame, a Moltres, a Jumpluff, all these things, the bugs. So let's get into it. The team I ran is a Mandibuzz with a Dedenne and a Bastion. I've been climbing a ton with this team, in the leaderboards. Continuous positive sets. If you look at this team, obviously Unova Stunfisk is an absolute nightmare. I faced one with it, and it was in the back. I unfortunately could not beat it, but one of my patrons, Rebelli, actually found a way to beat it as well, in the lead even. So even that is beatable, but it is definitely one of the core breakers. Let's get into the battles. I have 3 back-to-back sets featuring this team, and I'm telling you, it is the sauce right now. Before we get into the battles, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you'd like private one-on-one coaching, scrims against me, some of my league guides and strategies ahead of time, or even tune into my live stream battles, feel free to sign up through the Patreon link down below. Kicking things off, this is just going to be a top left battle. Possibly just didn't have an answer in Mandibuzz. I don't know. Dusclops is not that bad. Maybe it's like triple ghost moves. I don't know. But either way, I'm showing all the battles, so even the top lefts. There's going to be a lot. That one was a very intentional one. These other ones are intentional, but it's going to be in situations where they're in a bad spot. All right, so in this situation, I typically probably eventually swap out here. But the thing is, they went straight for the Blast Burn, which surprised me a bit. So I get a free Air Slash 2 as well, which is nice. And because of that, I could go for another move here. So I'm in a pretty good spot. I mean, Mandibuzz is just straight up beating this Typhlosion. I feel like they could have just gone straight for the Thunder Punch instead. In comes a Corviknight though, and this is going to be fantastic for me because I have 2 solid answers to it. Corviknight actually is surprisingly much stronger into Bastion than you would think. I guess they don't have answers to Dedenne. I don't know. anyway, like I said, a lot of people top left quit out these games in this video, and understandably so. Sometimes they don't even see the Bastion. That person actually, no one's actually even seen the Bastion yet until now. So Gastrodon, obviously I don't really have a great I don't really want my Bastion to get locked into the Gastrodon, so I'm just gonna try to farm it all the way down. Again, this is one of those times where the smackdown nerf you could feel it, but at the same time, because it got nerfed, I could farm down as much as possible while maintaining as little health as possible. So in some ways, the nerf actually did help, and in other situations, so you'll see that the nerf to the smackdown allows you to get a little bit more energy and leave with a little bit less health, which is good. And of course, they unfortunately get hard countered there, and it is what it is. Obviously, the team is a little bit more on the RPS end anytime you use a Bastion, but I find that unless people have 2 grounds in the back or 2 hard answers to the electric and rock type, you're usually in a pretty okay spot. Alright, so Shadow Scizor is a okay solid matchup overall. I just say in here, and the whole point is the Dene should be pretty strong into it in the back. So I'm just going to throw this next style play. I usually grab both shields off the opponent, which is pretty good because even the Dene can handle it. Most won't stay into the Bastion, which is nice. Looks like this person does, and that's pretty good too. We get the smackdown through, so at this point I have a 2-0 shield advantage into backline. I don't really know what's in the back yet. In comes to Hakamo, and this is fantastic for me just because the Dene can just clean up. Obviously, the Scizor is usually for the Dene, and we get another top left there. I don't think anyone's actually played out the entire battle yet. And there's times where I'm quitting out too because I have no play. So I guess this team, it seems like it'd be slow with a Bastion, but it's actually a lot of these matches end up faster than you would expect. Okay, so we get a Emolga, which is absolutely awful lead, but if they don't have a strong answer to Dene can flip a lot of matchups. If they have a ground type, like, okay, you draw it out, at least you free up the Bastion. If they have a second ground type, you pretty much lose. I've beaten one double ground team before, but for the most part, you lose. It just depends on the ground and stuff like that too, right? Against like a Swampert, Dene actually can make that pretty uncomfortable for them. So, okay, so we get switch advantage, which is pretty huge because the Emolga can't really take out the Dene very easily without taking too much damage. So, they take a bunch of damage there as well, which is nice. And then between these 2 Pokemon in the back, a pretty good coverage, right? Obviously, if a Unova Stunfisk is there, I'm pretty much screwed. It's unlikely given the Emolga lead, and in comes the Primeape, and we're in a very, very good position at this point in time. Because, you know, even if they have close combats, I'll be able to survive it even after Rage Fist. So it's better to not shield the first one in case they go close combat, because then the Air Slash obviously does more, as well as the Aerial Ace. Alright. At this point in time, it's pretty much all said and done. Even if they get to another close combat, which I believe this person did. Even if this takes out my Bastion pretty much could take him now after being quadruple debuffed. But because they are still there, yeah, we're just going to land the Aerial Ace. Alright, so going to be the first sets right there of 5-0, as you can see, climbing up a bit. This is the very next set, actually. It just evening from when I started battling, so just about maybe a little over 24 hours apart. That being said, we get a Shadow Whiscash, so a little blast from the past as well, just like the Bastion, but the debuff chance is a little bit lower now, so the matchup is a little bit more manageable for the Mana Buzz, which is nice. I'm just gonna go straight for the moves. I mean, okay, if they have a fighter in the back, the Dene handles it pretty well. If they have another ground in the back, it's not really great. But there's not a lot of ABA ground teams. Once in a while, you'll see it. Maybe like a Clodsire even happens a bit. All right, and here we draw the fighter. Perfect, right? This is exactly what we want. Right? And they spend shields, even better. I think I end up spending shields here too. It doesn't really matter, actually. I probably should shield the second one, because this one's going to hurt more. But I end up double shielding anyway. So they're boosting their attack. I'm boosting my defense. The ratios are essentially going to hurt about the same at this point in time. They're going to keep shielding, and that's fine. They could try to go for a catcher, which I think they do, if I recall correctly. I'm just not going to throw on Charge Check Priority because, you know, I don't win it. And then, yeah, in comes the Mana Buzz. It's a small Mana Buzz too, so it's even worse into my mind. But it's technically better into the Bastion, and that's what they have it on, so I guess it's okay. I'm just going to smack this all the way down. And then, you know, just come out with like a million energy, and they're going to quit out. I think one match went to completion so far, so pretty nice. Like I said, look, these are not filtered battles. These are straight battles consistently, right? 2 sets in a row. There'll be a 3rd set right after this as well. I'm telling you, it's in these situations, it feels really, really good. A lot of people don't prep for Bastion these days, or even Carping for that matter, because it's just not really present in the meta. Able to flip switch advantage, I should say, and you know that's a bad sign for the opponent, because there's not much they can do at this point in time. This Moltres is 100% going to be on the Bastion. On top of it, I'm going to go for the Play Rough as well. I either grab a shield or do a significant amount of damage. There's no reason to really boost my defense at this point. We land it, which is good. I'm going to come in Mana Buzz. They're going to come in Moltres. I'm assuming they're going to quit the moment they see my Bastion. And there they go. And there goes another one. All right, like I said, there's it's kind of funny how fast some of these battles go, and obviously, like I said, there's some teams that do have double ground in the back. They're just not really any winning it, but at the same time, a lot of these teams, there's no winning against the Bastion in the back, so I think it's a worthy trade-off. Not everyone's going to have double ground, obviously. Like, I usually get comments when I post these videos, so like, first team I ran into, double ground. First set I ran into, I got triple double ground. Great. Are you really going to tell me that your next 4 sets are going to be triple ground? Double ground? Very unlikely. And if that really happens, please record your footage and send it to me. I'd be very curious to see that. My guess is that the majority of times, there are times where I've lost with this team, like on more neutral basis, and those are usually my fault. But I think a lot of these matchups are more playable than you would expect, right? So obviously, we're in a fantastic spot right now. Azuma doesn't have too much play either, which is good for my team. They do have a shield, and I'm going to assume they don't have Hydro Pump. I'm waiting for them to throw the move. I think I throw my Stone Edge. Can't remember. I generally lose Charge Attack priority. Yes, I throw it, which makes sense. And then I think I come into Dene here at this point. Yeah, I do. All right, I have the move, which I assume they're going to shield. But the Mana Buzz has full health at this point. So that's really, really solid for me. I actually don't think yeah, I was gonna say Ice Beam's not enough, so they do go for a Play Rough, which is the right call. And at this point in time, I just know that if they go for a catch, we're fine. They go for the catch, doesn't happen. I was just going to build a double Aerialize. I know 1 Play Rough's not going to take me out. They're not going to get to 2 Play Roughs or a Play Rough and an Ice Beam. All right, Greninja is kind of a weird one. I actually, I think I have yeah. So I usually just swap straight away to the Dene. In a sense, you don't really want the Greninja on the Bastion, but the whole point here is you need to draw out any potential ground types, right? So that's the main key here. They went Foul Play, which is surprising. I thought they'd go for, I think, Sludge Bomb. But we'll find out soon. They're actually running Grass Knot. Still probably would recommend they go Grass Knot here. Now it's a very easy catch for me because I know they have to throw at this point in time. So we end up catching. I thought it was going to be a Sludge Bomb. Or was it Sludge Bomb or Sludge? I don't know. I think a Sludge Bomb is what it learns. But anyway, they have Grass Knot. Even better for me. At this point in time, too, I just know that I need to preserve my Mana Buzz to try to take out this Greninja as soon as possible. We're both on 1 shield apiece. My whole point of shielding up that first Hydro Cannon is because it's unlikely they're baiting. At this point in time, too, I have so much, health remaining on my Bastion that I can even handle this. In comes their Dusclops, and this is fine because, again, we know how this goes. It looks okay for them until they see the Bastion, and there's really no hope here. There's not enough health on the Greninja to really throw multiple moves, and they know they're going to quit out. All right, Diggersby. This is a pretty close matchup against Mana Buzz, assuming they don't have Hyper Beam. If they have Hyper Beam, it's pretty bad too. But most are running Quick Attack, Fire Punch, which keeps this matchup quite close. For anyone curious about my movesets, Air Slash is 100% the way to go because you're much more reliable into the fighters. Primate becomes kind of annoying without it. It's better into bug types, so they might have to swap out there. It's better into fairies, like Azumarill and Galarian Weezing. Obviously not Tinkaton or Dedenne. Those are neither good. But the Air Slash, in my opinion, is just way better to cover a lot of your weaknesses. They're both, for the most part, roughly about the same into ground types, as you can see against Diggersby. If I had Snarl, this doesn't really change the matchups that much. So yeah, mainly for the fighters, slightly better against the fairies if you do end up running into them. All right, so we do unfortunately lose charge the lead matchup here, but that's okay because we have this. Now, here's what I'm worried about here. I end up letting a free turn go because I forgot I came in with extra Thunder Shock against the Diggersby, so I gave him a free turn or two. But So why am I saying here when I have Bastion? Well, what if they have a fighter in the back? What if they have a Feraligatr in the back, right? Both of those would be really annoying for me. So because of that, I'd rather just farm up, and in case they come in with like a Feraligatr in the back, I could throw 2 parabolic charges at it, right? Weaken so Bastion could take it out. I end up swapping over here, which is fine. I probably could have just thrown double parabolic charge and made this matchup a little bit easier for my Bastion, because even if they're double or triple debuffed parabolic charge, or I think it was double, right, because 2 icy winds, it's still going to do enough for the Bastion to easily handle it, and there's no way that Drifloon takes me out. Now this matchup gets a lot harder for me, because if they double up on Surf, I have to hope they don't throw, because they know they lose charge check priority, and I think that's exactly what they do. So I wasn't going to throw. I figured they're going to go for the catch. I go for the extra Thunder Shock to get the double, and we take it out. If they threw the Surf right then and there, I lose the game, right? So it's funny because I actually just battled the same person like 30 minutes ago. This is a separate day. I did these battles like 2 days ago. Somehow I won the lead there against their Diggersby. Maybe they remember my team and purposely lost the lead. I don't know. No, we simul KO'd actually. A little bit weird. All right. Anyway, another Greninja. I think we went 5-0 again. Did I miss one? No, I think we went 5-0 again. So we're on a 10-0 streak. Kind of crazy. Especially because we're in the leaderboard range in ELO right now. But like I said, this team is really, really solid. In the right situations, in the wrong situations, you're going to lose it. But at least you know that there's not much you could have done. All right. And I think my cat's going to leave here, and that's okay. All right. We had it for a little bit. We have the Dusclops now. And in these situations, I'm not... Yeah, I mean, I ended up flipping switch here just because I want to get some damage onto the Greninja. That's a lot of damage, actually. A lot of Thundershock damage. I figured if they go Night Slash, it's not enough to KO me. So they're smart, and they actually went for the Hydro Cannon. And this is actually pretty bad. Now, obviously, the Smackdown nerf hurts this matchup. But I honestly don't know what it would look like even without it, because Parabolic Charge wasn't like this back in the day. The O Smackdown. It took me a second to realize how dire this is, but this boosted Dedenne is going to be an absolute nightmare for my team to deal with. The pacing is just really fast, which doesn't help. But also on top of that, you'll see. You'll see when the Mana Bus is against us later how bad it is. Now, I need to go for at least one more Stone Edge, because otherwise there's just no way I take this thing out. They don't even need to shield my Mana Bus at this point. So I need to grab that final shield so I can land maybe 2 foul plays if I'm lucky. But just take a look at one of these, and then you'll see what I mean. Yeah, the boosted Dedenne was really, really bad for me. Obviously, this could have been a little bit better maybe if I didn't shield my own Dedenne. So good place by the opponent, though, for sure. I think it was Riblet. Really great player. All right. In this situation, we're just going to shield up here and then make life pretty annoying for the Scizor, because if I have energy, like, the Scizor's not really going to appreciate it either. Yeah, so we end up having to take 1 Hydro Cannon, which is not the end of the world. But I could likely grab a shield from the Scizor. Oh, they actually came in Cradily. I do remember this game. All right, so we get to the Play Rough. I think this is my teammate Rockhaven, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did face him, and he was running this team. But yeah, we get to the double Play Rough. He doesn't shield either. Now it's just Shadow Scizor against the world. And the world is a little bit too much for the Shadow Scizor, because at this point in time, I'm not going to throw any moves. He has 2 shields. I have a slow charging fast attack Bastiodon. Mana Buzz is not that slow, but it's still not great. And I think he realizes too, so we're just going to only throw fast attacks. He knows there's no way he could chunk through the Scizor even if boosted. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. We get the Shadow Annihilape Safe Swap, and I decided to throw this because I want to bring in Dedenne so that I don't get the Bastion locked into it. Now, here's the thing. I was forewarned about this from my patron I mentioned earlier, Boobelly, who said, hey, how do you play against Accent's team, Shadow Annihilape, Shadow Drapion, Diggersby? He was saying that his recommendation is probably to come in. He hadn't faced it at this point in time. Bring the Bastion to the Drapion, let it go down, or just let it go very low, and then that way you don't have to spend shields, and then you should be pretty clear in the back with the Mana Buzz, because they're not going to say Mana Buzz. You have Mana Buzz onto the Diggersby, because likely they're going to swap over Diggersby, and then you have the Dedenne for the Annihilape. Well, I was scared that it wasn't actually Accent's team. After seeing this, and then after also playing against this same team later on, it was actually earlier today, I realized that, you know what? If it's a Shadow Annihilape and a Shadow Drapion coming in, I'm just going to do that play, no matter what. Even if it's not, you can still maintain alignment with the Bastion against the Drapion. So, that would be my recommendation if you run into the potential accident team. Shadow Annihilape, lead, Shadow Drapion safe swap. Good chance of Diggersby in the back. Come in the Bastion instead of the Dene play. Alright, so in this situation, I did throw the Aerials first before swapping over, but having played this team a little bit more, I realized that I think it's better to actually just swap into Dene right away. Because sometimes if they don't have a clear Dene answer, they can't just throw the Acrobatics because they're going to get hit by Parabolic Charge first, so it's a lot worse for them. But it still kind of works out for me at this point in time. I don't know what they have in the back. It's possible that it's another fire type, but it's a Jumpluff in the lead with Typhlosion in the back. If they have any rock answers, it's going to be the Surf Pokemon. So I figured it's much better for me to keep my Mandibuzz around. Let's see what they come in with. And they actually come in Jumpluff. Kind of wild. Must be a fire in the back. Let's see. What was it? I don't actually remember. Oh, it was a Blastoise. Yeah. So much better for me to actually, like I said, use the Bastion right then and there, because now we have a 2-shield advantage for the Mandibuzz, and there's just nothing they could do, even if they Skull Bash me. But yeah, it's just, there's just too much health to get through, and they're just taking way too much damage. They do go for the Skull Bash, but at this point in time, no move they throw next is going to be able to take me out, and my next foul play should get the job done. They're going to throw one final parting Hydro Cannon, which is fine. But yeah, so Shadow Jumpluff, my recommendation is if you see in the lead or just regular Jumpluff, just swap straight over to Dene. There's a chance they have Energy Ball, especially a non-Shadow Jumpluff, but you essentially will always want that Bastion on it if you can, right? Treat it like a Mandibuzz lead in a way. Alright, speaking of Mandibuzz lead, we do see one, and unfortunately they have a Shadow Marowak. We draw it out though, so that's always good. And I get a Parabolic Charge. Maybe I could grab a shield off of them if they're not counting, and they are. So it is what it is. I get denied to Air Slash, which is not great, but you know, that's kind of how the state of the game is. I probably shouldn't have shielded here, actually. That was probably not a good shield by me, because again, I need to hope that Bastion could core break in the back, and it actually potentially could. This is actually not a bad matchup, but I wish I had not spent my shield, because if I had my extra shield there, this would have been a lot easier of a game for me, because there's no way Cradily beats me in 2 shields. I have enough health to deal with the Mandibuzz in the back, and honestly, if one Rock Slide went through on my Mandibuzz, that would have been totally fine. But I made life a lot harder for myself, right? So in those situations, like, you just gotta hope that you either could core break with your Bastion, or if they have 2 hard counters for both Bastion and Dene, you're gonna lose the game anyway, right? So what's the point? So I had to go for crazy plays like this, and I end up catching a Grass Knot, which works out really well for me. They end up catching a foul play, which is a good play by them for sure too. I should have been more patient, right? But knowing that they probably would have swapped over at this point in time. So, good catch by them. Give them a free Air Slash as well in the process, so not the greatest. But we're just going to chip this down. My Bastion's back up now, so we can now put in some work into the Cradily. I just need to farm up enough energy. So now they come in with Cradily. Again, this game ends up being closer than it has to be, but I'm just going to throw the Stone Edge right away. I don't actually remember how this one goes. It's going to be close, though. I think Dark Pulse is probably enough. Yeah, I think it is. Let's see here. Dark Pulse, and then they need to get to Aerials. Oh, wait. Oh, nah, not enough. This is an XL Rank 1 Bastion, not the old one, but the new one works just as well. And we do go 3-2 that set to cap off 13-2 run with the team. Really solid. I did some additional climbing after this too, but I decided to just put together this footage. So give it a shot. It still worked really well. I climbed up to like 2660 something with this team so far. So yeah, and then we have another weekly Great League starting next week as well. So plenty of time to try this for any of the Bastion lovers, for any of the Bastion doubters. Maybe you should give it a shot too if you're stuck. Who knows? Anyway, let me know how it goes. But Bastion's back. Kind of. Not in the way it used to be, but I'll take it. I think it's still really solid. So anyway, if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and share. Let me know down below if the team worked for you. And if not, let me know all the times I got hard countered. And you can blame me for it. If you like this video, be sure to hit that notification bell to get alerted when I post my new video. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.